This is modern homesteading. So the down jackets are nice, good storage pockets. Usually they have fleece inside. They're great for hand warming. Again, really high collars with that fleece around your neck is super nice. And they do have a hood. It's a marginal hood. It's not a great hood. But these are not waterproof. And remember about down that they are terrible if they get wet. Their insulating value just absolutely goes to zero. Where wool, on the other example, I think it will retain like 30% of its own weight and still not lose any of its insulating ability. So this is cold and dry weather. And they also have a stow pocket, what I like about these North Face jackets, and many of them do, where you can actually put the whole coat in its own pocket. A stash pocket, and it's about this big when you stuff it down, and it's super light, and pound for pound they're just hard to beat.
And finally, a few accessories. The one thing that I cannot be without are my earmuffs. I prefer the Swicks, but we got these on a fabulous sale. They protect your ears and you can let all the heat out of your head. The one place where you do lose the most heat is in your head, so if you're cold anywhere else, put a hat on and it will help a lot. Just, normal hat. Or if you get hot really quickly, you can get a hat with a string on it, so you can tie it up tight in case of bad weather, and then you can just let it go behind you, which is really nice. The one thing our whole family has, and we cannot recommend enough, is the Butter Balaclava by Mountain Hardwear. It is really soft. We've tried a lot of different balaclavas, had a lot of different ones, but it's you can pull it up when it's cold, protects everything. You can also pull it down and use it as a neck gaiter if you're too warm with it. It's a fantastic thing, and if you have a 9-year-old boy, they could use it as a ninja, which is even better. And then on to gloves. Mittens are warmer than gloves, so if you have cold hands, mittens are a fantastic way to go. I like these in particular because you can strap them down to keep them warm. You can put your coat in and then strap it down again not to get snow up in there. There's also a removable liner for drying, and you can get extras to put inside your waterproof shell of a glove if you're using it. It's also sticky on the inside, so if you're doing some mountaineering, it's got good grip. These gloves, this is just a little extra layer. Keeps your hand warm. You can do a whole bunch of things. Jack and I can share these now that they're so stretchy. And then again, a layer. It's nice to be able to pull it tight when you want it.
All right, I too am a huge fan of the Mountain Hardwear Butter Balaclava. Absolutely the best. So what's so nice about a balaclava, if it's not already obvious, is when the weather's really bad and we're talking about having a shell with a hood, with your goggles, you can essentially have no exposed skin. You can tuck this up under here like this. With the addition of that hood, it just makes it, you're just impregnable. It makes you so much warmer. So the balaclava is great, and also it tucks underneath your shirt and keeps your neck warm. Hat, I like fleece hats. Would have the wind stopper. That's what these are. You see me wear these all the time. You get the warmth of the fleece, but you also get the protection if it's really windy. It just doesn't come through, and they still breathe well. So the wind stopper is really a great material for hats. Gloves, without a doubt, the very best I've ever used. And the guys who use them patrol and work on the rope toes and all that, the OR Gauntlets. I don't like mittens. They are warmer, but not willing to give up that mobility. So these are Gore-Tex breathable, waterproof, really tall gauntlets. So you can tuck your coats underneath there. And so when you're in the snow or digging for avalanche or working in the snow, you just don't get the snow in there. They come off, they're all one-handed, they're very, very nice, and again, waterproof and breathable. One thing that's happened to me several times, we're back to the layering theory, is when you layer things, it's warmer. So you have an outer waterproof breathable shell, then you have a nice warm, fluffy insulating layer. Many times I've been with people who have forgotten their gloves or lost a glove, and I was able to wear this one or this, or at least save the day somewhat, where at least you just didn't have bare exposed skins. Was it ideal? No, but it's better than nothing. So it's a backup, and it can be. I've used it that way several times. So the OR gloves. We were just talking, I bought these in 1995. That gives you any idea how long they last. They're just extraordinary.
I think that's when I got mine too.
Yeah, so almost 20 years old. So we wanted to close with talking about how you can get into this equipment, because a lot of the stuff is expensive without going and buying it new. Many of the things that we have, we've gotten at thrift stores. So if you go in the summertime, that's a good time. There's usually a really great selection of winter clothing because people are just, it's not on their mind in the summertime to buy winter clothing. We have went to consignment stores or thrift stores that are in really swanky or high-end posh neighborhoods. Oftentimes they have really great stuff. Also, there's in this area anyway, there's a lot of consignment places and companies selling used equipment. And we have ski swap meets that they hold annually. You can go there and trade, and there's just lots of different ways. So the principles of layering, like we talked about, having synthetics or natural silks or wool, apply. So you don't need to go spend $500 for a shell. You can do that with whatever you have, but
get out there, have fun, have a good time.
Can you think of any other place where you can get deals?
Online, you can sometimes get deals and coupons and things like that. And
Sierra Trading Post comes to mind, and
yeah, and hand-me-downs.
yeah, and clearance. Oftentimes, you can go on their websites in colors that weren't really popular. You know, that doesn't. We don't mind that so much. So I'd rather have something for half price that was off color than not have it at all.
Yeah.
All right. Dallas, our rush the Jim Guthrie. The Jim Guthrie.
Beg your pardon.
Rush Led Zeppelin wrote, I love the series.
Tom Bombadil. Bombadil. Bobadil comes to mind. Bombadil.